Hey, welcome. It's Brian, and there's a Guitar Solo Reactions, and today we have the amazing DWEEZIL Zappa. He is doing Eruption, and I believe going into another Van Halen song that we'll know once it starts. So I recently started a series of videos where I take an iconic guitar piece, whether it's a solo like Eruption or Scarified by Paul Gilbert and Racer X, and others that I'll be doing down the road. And I did Eruption was the first one, and I did Spanish Fly that followed. But with Eruption, someone said, hey, DWEEZIL does an amazing version of this. And I agree. And I have not watched this in a while, but I thought it'd be fun to do because someone mentioned this one specifically. But with this video, there's a preamble of DWEEZIL explaining his relationship with Eddie Van Halen. And do yourself a favor, if you don't know the story, I'm not going to include it here, you can watch the video, or check out DWEEZIL's podcast, Running with the Dweez, where he talks about, with other players, about their love of Eddie Van Halen or their relationship with certain songs, different records, all of that. But the podcast starts out with a two-part series with Steve Vai that not only is amazing on so many levels, because Steve Vai was there at the same time, and this is when DWEEZIL's just learning to play guitar. Eddie Van Halen enters the picture, and I believe DWEEZIL's favorite guitar players at that time were Eddie Van Halen, Warren DeMartini, Randy Rhoads, and, you know, it basically comes down to Steve Vai being kind of involved with teaching him guitar kind of by afar, but Frank asks him to kind of show DWEEZIL some stuff. And then Eddie Van Halen is showing up to kind of talk to Frank and Steve Vai and all of this stuff. So there is some really poignant and beautiful and sweet things that Eddie, you know, kind of shows DWEEZIL, a young DWEEZIL. And do yourself a favor, it's probably the best 2 hours of any guitar-related podcast I've ever heard. With all that said, we're going to check out DWEEZIL doing Eruption. This is from 2012. That part that I don't know, it's like that swing part is the part that everyone does not really nail. I would say so far DWEEZIL, although the sound on this is blowing out the low end, the drums, we're going to keep going. It sounds pretty great so far. Okay, it's also that fast picking part that people, like, you hear too much of the pick or something and that doesn't have the fluidity of it. But I just realized tonally, although this is a shitty camera phone recording, tonally it's pretty amazing and sounds really cool. So
DWEEZIL. I just want to let you know, Dweezil, I was shedding a tear back there hearing about that Eddie Van Halen story. But I'll tell you...
Who are you?
Well, I'm David Lee Sloth.
Is there a reason that you're on the stage?
Oh, yeah, you see, Dweezil, I wasn't feeling so good. And when a grown man in spandex is crying backstage, there must be something wrong with him. And somebody better call me a doctor.
There we have it. The amazing DWEEZIL ZAPPA tackling Eruption. Doing an amazing job. Although, when they go into Somebody Get Me a Doctor, sound quality not so great, but the spirit of the song is there. And during the solo, you could hear everything perfectly. It was the bass and the vocals blowing everything out. So, what a great version. I'm sure there's a better one out there. I may look for it. I just found this one, and sometimes you just gotta go with it. So, I love DWEEZIL ZAPPA. I love DWEEZIL ZAPPA. He's probably one of my favorite guitar players. I love how he's reinvented himself to play Frank's music. He will be out soon, hopefully this summer, and I can't wait to see the band again. As a Zappa Plays Zappa, I've saw, 7 times or something like that over the decade or so he did it. I'm super excited to see him bring Frank's music and his music too to people again. So, fun one for sure. Anyway, I'm Brian. This is Guitar Solo Reactions. See you soon.